Funky wanted. And I want to say something. Somebody ain't telling the truth. Somebody is lying, but somebody is also a horrible friend because honestly, what is going on? I can't believe Tamar Braxton got me out here defending Funky. I don't know either one of them. Maybe they were friends to the end, but I'm very, very confused as to what actually happened. Now, if you guys don't know, Tamar posted, as a matter of fact, I got four teeth knocked out and I woke up in a pool of blood. And we were like, oh my God, like The Shining, like a horror movie. Girl, what happened? Half the people, the Tamartians were holding a visual, singing gospel hymns, praying for her soul. I was like, knowing Tamar, I hope she's okay. But something tells me this is something very, very messy and it involves a man. And I was right because it was said that Mandisi was at the after party. Now, Tamar came out and let it be known that Mandisi was the man, the male lead in her music hip hopper, like her version of like Carmen or her version of Trapped in the Closet, right? Her hip hopper was coming out that Vince was starred in. If you guys haven't seen the thing where she's like, "Oh no, Vince, what should I do?" And I said, "See, Tamar, that's why you always in some mess. Because how the hell are you asking a man that not only dogged you, played you, humiliated you, but publicly played you, dogged you, and humiliated you on national TV?" Girl, "Oh no, Vince. Do you think all men cheat?" I said, "Wow, you just all you really are going out your way to be the president of the Dum Dum Unitas of America." Okay, yes, I know I'm late, but Tamar just responded. I'm bringing everybody up to speed on what was going on. Sorry, I'm late. I was busy running the streets, as y'all can tell. So anyway, right? It's like a hip hopper, and she picked Mendici, Mandy, Yandy's husband from Love and Hip Hop. And I said, okay, we get into a response. I was like, what is going on? Because Mendici, no offense, but if you picking leads for videos, I mean, was Aaron Pierre? Was he not available? Like, there's I mean, did you what's Lori Harvey's man's name? Damson Idris Elba? But not even that, just go lower budget. I mean, you live in Atlanta, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if they straight or gay, they just need to come across as believably attracted to you on TV. Mendici, again, I'm not saying Mendici is bad looking. I am saying this. Out of all the people you could have picked to star in a lead of your music video, you picked Mendici, Yandy's husband? To me, and again, I'm always messy. I was like, are you doing what dirtbag guys do? Like when they like you, they try to get you into their club or, oh, I want you to star in my film, or they try to like get you involved in their project. I said, is that what you were doing, Tamara? Because how did Mendici's name come to the top of that list? And then when you see the video, right? You could tell Tamara thought she was deep in her bag. She was like, cheers. Looked in his eyes, cheers to us. And I was like, okay, sure. I guess, but I have bigger issues because are your teeth? Do you have four missing teeth or not? Which Tamar has responded. She says she actually does, right? But let's get into this. So anyway, she picked Mendici. So we were already side eyeing, like, why you got that woman's husband in your thing, and why you picked Mendici and Yandy ain't in it? So, and second of all, even if he did work with you on a project and you selected him to be your lead, why wasn't Yandy at the after party? Again, what was that man doing in your house at 3 in the morning? We all know that Mendici does not have the sense to leave. So I would have assumed that Tamar would have had the sense not to invite him home. But we'll get back to that because that has been addressed. We're going to talk about it. And I have more questions. Okay. So that happened. Now, in between this, okay, Funky was being torn up on social media. People said he was a horrible friend. Why you leave that girl? You don't like her, this and that. People were saying, he had abducted her and was using her human growth hormones to say like young forever. I don't know. They was just he was being dragged according to him. But then I talked to a bunch of other people that were in the comments, and they're like, no, 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 no. He was definitely being dragged. He had a right to be mad. So then he posted this tell all and said, baby, I know all your business, and you better post some type of retraction, or else I'm gonna let that chopper sing. Well, guess what? We're going to go over his 20-minute YouTube thing, but let me just say that Tamar actually did respond, but now I have even more questions because as Funky was calling her out, he said that he was just a pawn in her PR story. Hold on, we're going to get into all the details. I'm giving y'all the overview, okay? He said that he was just a pawn in the PR stories. He said, here it was, I got ate up alive over my birthday weekend, and the whole while there was nothing wrong with Tamar's ass. Now she done released this Tired A music video for this raggedy EP that don't nobody want. And because I'm in the video, people are going to think I was part of the PR stunt. I was collateral damage for a 2-bit PR stunt. Now I said, Funky, stop. I want to hear Tamar's music. I think she's batshit crazy, and sometimes I stopped listening to her stuff because I was like, I don't want that energy in my life. But I mean, come on. It's her video, right? Um, and she said, oh, also that was his birthday weekend, but that was not his birthday party. Some people said that the Tate Martians was like, Tisa, you don't know what you talking about. That wasn't Funky's birthday. That was Tamar's birthday. And I said, last time I checked, Tamar was a Pisces. What is she? What are they doing celebrating her birthday? And it's almost December 25th, but whatever. Anyway, Funky said then he tagged Tamar and he said, Tamar, you ain't even going to try to clear any of this up and tell these people I didn't do anything to you. You know what happened. I was accused of not being a friend to you when in the end of the day it was you not being a friend to me. I didn't deserve any of this and I'm deeply hurt. He then said Black Mirror, Tamar Braxton, and then Funky Dineva. Okay, right? So Tamar so then Tasha K jumped in the fray. And I was like, we're about to get to Tamar's response, and then we're going to double back to Funky side because he left a lot of stuff in there. And I wonder if he's going to hold true to that, right? So then Tasha K jumped in there and she gave a message to Funky Dineva. And I was like, does all of Atlanta know each other? This is getting good. I feel like I'm watching drama from somebody else's high school. Tasha K said Funky didn't even need to STFU about that lady. That lady had a real accident. The video was shot for her project before she hurt herself. That man showed no compassion and is going off about someone he called that lady instead of a friend. This is a pre-recorded promo. Regardless, she still got hurt, and he was a part of the production. Um, Okay, fine. So Tasha K jumped in the fray. But here's what I actually want to know. What happened to Tamar? What happened to Tamar? And why are you being so quiet about it? And why was Mendici allegedly in your house really late? And what actually is going on? Because I see the promo, I see this, I see that. We're going to double back, but what actually happened? Well, Tamar has responded. Y'all know that she did say the moment y'all all been waiting for. And I said, is the y'all all in the room with us right now? She said the moment y'all all been waiting for. My real life heartbreak album story and movie. Mm. Starring my friend, and she put that in caps, Mendices. First of all, Tamar, because I listen, Yandy ain't gonna ask these questions, but I'm gonna have to on her behalf. How long y'all been friends in caps? I never seen y'all tag each other, never saw y'all hang out. Is Yandy your friend? How long you know Medici? I would assume it's after he's been a married man. No, I'm not saying that you doing anything with that woman's husband. Far be it from me to ever want to start some mess. But here is what I'm saying. Can you explain this friendship? Because none of us knew this friendship existed. And just because he is working for you, you picked him to star in your movie. Well, that just makes me side eye you more because Mendici is putting people in the seats. I didn't know Mendici was a heartthrob like that. Again, I'm not saying he's bad looking. I just didn't know that like the girls, the girl, are y'all checking for Mendici? Is this some Aaron Pierre stuff that y'all gonna check it out because now you want to see Mendici on screen taking his shirt off and being loved up with Tamar while Tamar's like to us, like okay, so Mendici, your friend. But again, I got to ask, what was your friend doing in your apartment at, I'm guessing, 3 a.m.? What was your friend doing while you woke up? Wait, is Mendici the friend that she says she woke up in a pool of blood and her friend found her? Is that the Wait, what's going on? Okay, hold on, hold on. I just got a new theory. Okay, but Mendici, is this the friend that found you? Does your friend have anything to say about you not waking up in a pool, waking up in a pool of blood, missing 4 teeth? Do you know how hard you have to fall to miss 4 teeth? Do you know how hard you have to fall? 4 teeth, not two, not three, but four, and a fractured nose, and also and we're going to get into Funky's response because it's a long one and it's a lot in there. Okay, so I actually want to pick that apart. And we're about to get into Tamar's response right now to Funky. But can you explain to me why the friend that was in the house when you allegedly, because nobody knows but Funky, like I think a lot of gossip was reporting that was in the house with you, they are not on the blogs. You're not throwing them. You're not letting people think that they did something to you. But you're sitting there silently by while Funky is being dragged all up and down the internet and you let that happen. Yo, it's a cold world. Anyway, Tamar actually responded. And listen, let's take a poll. Class, let's take a poll. Put one in the comments if you think that Tamar literally addressed the issues and she addressed what Funky was actually saying. Put a one in the comments if you think that's what happened. Put a two in the comments if Tamar stopped with the cloak and dagger games and actually said, you guys, this is what happened. It was an accident. I slept, I fell, or, just something. Um, Put a three in the comments if you think that Tamar completely ignored everything Funky was saying, completely ignored that she's the one that opened this Pandora's box and had us literally like putting Vaseline on our faces, looking for the people that hurt her or trying to figure out what's going on, and had that Tate Martians sending spot thoughts and prayers. Like, if it's three and Tamar just coming in, like she doesn't know where this drama came from, and ada, you would be correct. All right. The girls are fighting on IG. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Been in the streets. Said Tamar Braxton denies faking her injuries. After speculation began circulating online, the singer took to her Instagram stories to directly address claims that she faked a recent accident. Tamar wrote, I did not fake my accident. I wish it was a lie or a PR stunt. I'm devastated that anyone would suggest that. Please enjoy my EP. I worked very hard and I spent my own money for my Tamartian friends to enjoy. This isn't about anyone's husband. This is just my personal story about the worst heartbreak I've ever known. Heartbreak retrograde. Now, I have a couple thoughts. Thought one. She better not be talking about JR's ass, talking about the worst heartbreak she's ever known. Listen, she can even be talking about David. I don't care. She better not be talking about JR and his dumbness when she's talking about this is the worst heartbreak I've ever known. She better not. She better not give Chicken Little and Colonel Sanders, ironically looking like them both at the same time. She better not give them anything to breathe off of. I swear to God, Tamar, you make the worst decisions with men, but please don't tell me you made a whole video movie, whatever, about your experiences with JR. But then again, I guess I would feel down bad too. If the man I loved and was on stage bragging about, you think I'm gonna leave my man, was eating my arch enemies, my nemesis's groceries while I'm professing my love and saying like all this stuff. I mean, I guess that would be the worst heartbreak. I hope God never finds a way to humble me by making sure that the man I'm bragging about is busy spending his Hilton honor rewards points so he can find a discreet room to take my arch enemy, to take my nemesis there and eat her groceries and then sit there and tell her all my business. All my business. Ooh, I hope not. Anyway, right? The whole point of the matter is Tamar addressed a lot of stuff. She said, this isn't about anyone's husband. This is just my personal story about the worst heartbreak I've ever known. She spent her own money. Sorry, she worked very hard. Okay, so a couple of things before we get into Funky's response. And I'm going to be real. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just an observer. I don't know Tamar. I don't know Funky. I don't know anybody. This is all my opinion. And based off of what they've posted, I have my opinion. Okay. But first of all, Tamar, let's start with Tamar. And then we're going to circle back into and dissect everything Funky said. But let's start with Tamar. Okay. Um, my first thought, Tamar, what the F is this? What the F is this? This is what I mean about Tamar. Her fans be eating this mess up. Tamar thrives in drama and chaos. It is very odd at this point. Tamar, Funky came out and said some very point things. And honestly, a lot of people, listen, let me tell you what I was thinking. When he was being dragged up and down and Tamar was being silent, I assumed this because he had something to do with it. I assumed that she wouldn't clear this man's name because he somehow did something to her, and that's why she didn't want to clear his name. I thought she had a grudge to thing. Now that it's come out that he was not involved in whatever was your horrible, devastated, all this other stuff, right? The whole internet was dragging your friend, blaming him for whatever happened to you while you were in the house with, it has been rumored, right? Tamar has not confirmed, but it has been rumored with her co star, another woman's husband, in the dead of night at Atlanta, right? Okay. You didn't address any of that. You let the internet drag him. You let the internet rip him apart. You let all that stuff coming and you were sitting there mute. But the minute he calls you out and says, yo, I think she lied and faked all of this. Well, he didn't say it, but he implied that he was used as a pawn. Now you want to come out and say, I'm devastated that anyone would suggest that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's looking like Funky Dineva might have had a point. Anyway, let's get to what she said. I did not fake my accident. So she's letting us know that nobody laid hands on her. She literally did have an accident that knocked. Do you know how painful it is to get four teeth knocked out? Of course, I've never had a tooth knocked out, but I can imagine. I've chipped my tooth, I bumped my tooth, I've accidentally hit my tooth on thing that hurt bad enough. For four teeth to pop out of your mouth, knocked out of your mouth, and you wake up with a fractured nose and in a pool of blood and you calling it an accident, Tamar, how many things on this earth can be an accident? And if you had a house full of people there, right? Sorry. I told you I was running the street. If you had a house full of people there, how come nobody was there to help you or saw you? And also you kept saying, I don't know what happened, but you said a friend found you. If a friend found you, would y'all both on the same? whatever. How did somebody find you, but they didn't see what happened to you? Because both of y'all couldn't have had an accident at the exact same time. I'm devastated that anyone would suggest that. But why can't you just come out and say, y'all, leave Funky alone? He ain't have nothing to do with this. Why didn't you just come and say this? Now, if I know Tamar and her dumb actions just based off of her past situation, my guess is that even though Funky was not involved in whatever happened in her house, this is what Tamar's leading us to believe in what Funky's saying. You somehow once again have misplaced anger at the person that wasn't there, couldn't help, and didn't have anything to do with the situation you're in. Why aren't you directing us to the people that were actually around? Because those are the people I believe that would deserve the type of questions the Funky says that he is getting. She said, I worked very hard and I spent my own money for my Tay Martian friends to enjoy. You spent your own money on your EP? Is this why Vince was in the movie? Is this why Vince was in the movie? And again, I want to say this before we move forward. I think all things can be true. Everybody's forgetting option C. I think all things can be true. Think about it. Mendici was in a role, but maybe Yandy ain't feel too good about her husband being in Tamar's house at 2, 3 in the morning whenever they got there. Um, Tamar could have had an accident, but she also stayed quiet and just let her friend be thrown under the bus, right? She said, this isn't about anyone's husband. It's not about Mendici. You didn't, why is he in that movie? Why? Why is Vince in that movie where she's like, Vince, oh no, what should I do? See, Tamar, the fact that even in your fantasy land, you want a fantasy where the ex husband that dogged you out, played you, made a fool of you, and did it when he was in 6XL Husky. Remember when Vince remember when Vince looked like he had gotten his hands on some Ozempic? I don't know if Vince is on Ozempic, but he looked like he got some his hands on some Ozempic. And him and Benzino were like out there like beating in the streets. And Benzino was like flexing, like, yeah, you little young kids, show me how you do like this. Yeah, yeah, lift your shirt up. I'm gonna see what your body's. And everybody's like, you worried about the abs, sir. Can you lift your can we see the neck? Can we see the neck? Can we see the neck? Jim ain't doing that. Remember they was doing thirst traps in the gym when Vince had lost all that weight and Benzino was like, yeah, get your money up. And we were just all like, mm, right? That was a collective just, mm, So anyway, you got Vince. What's he doing in the movie? What? What? And this is your problem because even if I know it's not real and this is just fantasy, that's your fantasy being able to ask your ex husband who dogged you out for advice and you going to take it? But I actually think she would take it. I actually think that she would take it. And that's why you got the man problems you have now. You don't even know when somebody don't like you. You don't know when somebody don't mess with you. You don't know when somebody is a demon sucking all your good karma out the window. Mm. Hold on, let's see. What's that? What's Jamie got to say? Hold on. Let me get to my thing. And then we go and get into Funky's response because that's the real thing I want to know about. So Jamie said, it happened Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Tamar texted Funky Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and Tamar told the world on Tuesday afternoon with her post. Why were all these people calling you and checking on you? No one knew what happened. The house party was that big that the whole city was calling you. Basically, you were at the house with one man, and Funky knows who it is. Really? 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 So people think that she was at the house with one man. Oh, wait a second. So listen, we don't know what happened, but we're going to have to talk about it, okay? Jamie. So Jamie heard, right? This all things that she had heard. But here's the thing. That would kind of make sense, okay? the three co-stars in Tamar's Hip Hopria, Trapped in the Closet Part 2. Hip Hopera, Carmen. Tamar was partying with Funky, and Mendici showed up too. Does Mendici live in Atlanta? I thought he lived in New York. What is he doing in Atlanta? Unless him and Mandy moved down to Atlanta, I guess, right? Fine. Let's just say they live in Atlanta. But do they? Can somebody let me know in the comments? Hold on, let me go in the comments. Does Mendici live in does Mendisa live in Atlanta? Hey, Valentine TV, what's up, Valentine? Said, miss y'all family, bought me a Tisa binder. Oh, thank you, Valentine. Everybody give love to Valentine's mom. I hope your mom is doing well. Thank you for being a member for 20 months. Does Mendisi live in Atlanta? Can somebody please let me know in the comments? Oh, they do. They do? Ugh. Well, okay. I, I, we have to go off on a tangent. Can I just say this? Because since I'm just talking about whatever, Atlanta is known for the effery. And it seems like men have an advantage in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know, right? A woman who is always ugly crying on TV and getting mad and arguing with women that's in her husband's DMs and all this other stuff. Why would you move down to Atlanta? He can't even keep it under wraps in New York City. But he's been in New York for so long, I assume he's done swimming through the pool because, I guess it's trying. So you're going to move him to a fresh pool, the home of the BBL, and Tamar. There's a million women that think and act like Tamar, and you bringing that man down here? Why would Mandy bring that man to Atlanta? Why would she move her family to Atlanta? I don't know. It's weird. Unless they have an open relationship that we don't know about. Oh, she said Yandy and him moved here and have been on Love and Hip Hop trying to steal Kirk and Rashida's life. I don't think anybody want Kirk and Rashida's life right about now, especially what's going on with the bang bang charge. I will say that, you know what? Let me shut up. You know what? Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Um, Let me shut up. Anyway, I'll probably end up saying it in 20 minutes, but whatever. But let's get back into Tamar. So that actually would make more sense. And that's why she's being so mum about what happened. She said her friend found her. And she just called Mendici a friend. Could it be that the three co-stars were hanging out and they were all going back to Tamar's house to chill? But Funky was like, I'm not going to be sitting here watching y'all rehearse lines, right? I'm not going to sit here and watch y'all rehearse lines. I'm going to go, right? And that's why he left. And they went on up into the apartment and something actually happened. What was this stupid accident? She ain't have to tell us. What was the accident? And why did she put it out there that she had an accident? They said this season, they say Yandy and him are both swimming with the sharks in Atlanta and creeping. I hope Yandy is creeping on that man because she would be right to do it. Anyway, right? Let's get into Funky's response because that is what is actually sending me. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull this up for y'all. Make sure y'all watch. Go give it a view on YouTube just to support so he can tell us some more of that lady's business. And also, how did Tasha K get into it? Is Tasha K cool with Tamar? I guess all of Atlanta is cool with Atlanta. All right. If she like it, I love it. I don't know. Hold on. Okay. So where is Funky Dineva's response? Okay, here we go. We're going to listen to the response, and I have comments on it, but just listen, okay? What's going on? What? Okay. We're going to listen on a different phone because what? What? Hold on. How many seasons have Love and Hip Hop been on? Let's see what is going on. Hold on, I'm pulling it up in a second. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
I want y'all to name a world, name a universe, name a planet where people start accusing you doing something nefarious to somebody and you just sit back and you don't say anything. I want y'all to name a world where people accuse you of drugging somebody, doing something wrong to them. That faggot ain't nobody friend. That sissy ain't never been nobody friend. Yeah.
Uh, the F word? Sorry, I had to save my channel. Hold on.
Black women, I know he did.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Funky's comments on black women sometime has been like, but I feel like that's because that's his comments on women, but because he's black, he focuses on the community. But yeah, I digress. Let's go.
Let's clear up something very quickly at the top of this video. There seems to be this misconception that ran to the internet, told what happened to this girl, and then all of this other stuff happened, and that is not the case.
Now, in the comments, they are saying that people were accusing Q of rugging, setting up, and trying to sacrifice that lady, and she said nothing. Tamar's spirit is disgusting, and that's just that. Now, again, hold on. Can I speed this up? 1 second. The same way y'all feel like I talk too fast, I believe a lot of people talk slow, but let's keep going.
That is not how it happened. Okay. For the record, so many of y'all out there are so committed to disliking me and only wanting to view me through the lens of being some messy punk that you can't see the forest for the goddamn trees. Tamar Braxton took to her social media first and wrote she almost died in a pool of blood and fell out and all of this different stuff. I found that out at the same time y'all found that out.
True.
Okay.
True.
It wasn't until I get ready to log on my show and I'm looking on the internet and everybody, oh, that junkie was with her last night. I know he did something. That's why you gotta watch the friends you keep. He did. Somebody up there knows. At first, it was cute. It was just a few little comments. Big deal. I've weathered far worse storms. Then
They was calling him a junkie? Why? Yeah, ain't see it in heaven.
all of a sudden, it started growing legs. When I logged on to do my show, there was 7,000 people sitting in the hallway waiting. The entire chat said, Tamar, Tamar, tell us what happened to Tamar. Tell us what you did to Tamar. Tamar, you know what we want to talk about. He want to talk about everything except Tamar. Wanted to avoid everything with Tamar because y'all kept hounding me. Tamar, Tamar, Tamar. Response was, I don't know what happened to the lady.
Okay.
Know is the lady called me and asked me for Dr. Heavenly phone number because she said 14 was missing. I don't know what happened to the lady.
Mm.
The point in which I said, I don't know what happened to the lady. Tamar had already told far worse that she had woke up and almost was in a pool of blood and all of this type of stuff. So y'all got it twisted. All right.
He is heated.
So that was that. Thinking I'm clearing it up. All right. Now listen.
Now, keep in mind that Tamar's own sister, Tony, said she wouldn't even mess with her if they weren't related. But let's go on. Other people said that Todd told them, Candy told them. Who else said this? Todd said, Craig told y'all. Who's Craig? Candy told y'all. Her sisters told y'all. Tamar Braxton ain't ish. They said, remember when Tamar defended Krishan over her friend who got beat up only for Krishan to drag her? People decided to drag the promoter instead of Tamar because he called out her mess and defended the real victim. Tamar will always do this as long as people run with her foolishness. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Maybe there's a world where I shouldn't have even said that. But there damn sure was not finna be a world where I was finna let the internet start crafting this narrative that I did something to this damn girl. Okay, so I'm in Miami, Tootsie rolling and having a good time. All of a sudden, stories start dropping. You not even tried to unalive Tamar. Send this to her. I send it to her. And I write, girl, this thing is starting to grow legs. And she writes back, I'm lost. I'm confused. I didn't say anything. I'm in the hospital. Now, what I can do with that?
Now, again, why am I listening to this? Because Tamar already gave her response where she completely avoided even addressing anything he's saying. But that's not the most important thing, okay? Also, Valentine TV said moms at hospice. I'm sorry to hear that. Nurse said expect a call anytime now. Oh, you're using YouTube to get away. Oh, well, listen, I hope this is entertaining you and helping you get away from everything. We're keeping your mom in our prayers, Valentine. Okay, so let's try to get this live. Extra energy. Oh, Valentine TV also said, I want to thank you, all of y'all at once, and I appreciate your prayers. I will not see mom again. Oh, love y'all for helping me through Jesus who strengthens me. And yes, he strengthens us and provides. Okay. So, okay, Valentine. So we're gonna make this funny for you, or just try to keep up in the mood because I know you are feeling down. Now, here's the funny thing, okay? And we need to address it because at the end of the day, all things can be true. Tamar can be a bad friend. Funky can be a bad friend, even though he doesn't seem like he's wrong in this situation. Every time I hear, the more he has to say, and we'll dive deep into it, he keeps letting out more information. But every time I hear more, I'm like, yeah, what did you do wrong? Tamar could have hired Mendici to be her leading man. Questionable choice, but Tamar's life is full of questionable choices. Like, come on, right? Tamar could have had an accident. Tamar could have been in the house with that woman's husband. Tamar also could have been being a bad friend. All of it could be true. Now, hear me out on this, right? She said, damn, Tamar, this is getting out of control, which means that Funky was in regular contact with her. And Funky actually knows what happened or who she was around, and he's not saying anything. So even though she left him out, he's still being a good friend. But then Tamar's like, I can't talk. I can't talk. I'm in the hospital. If you're in the hospital, how are you texting on your phone? And also, why are you in the hospital? You said it was an accident. Yes, I know she fractured her nose. Yes, I know she got 4 missing teeth, but they don't keep you in the hospital for that. They just pat you up, make sure it's whatever, and then you have to go back to either what happens if you have a fractured nose? Do they give you reconstructive surgery, or is it just something that, like, your nose has to grow back, like heal on its own? Like it's like a broken rib, like there's really no cure for it. You just try to stop using it. But also, right? But also, um, okay, let's keep going because I have so many questions, but also I know with the teeth, they just healed it up, made sure you were okay, and then let you go again. And why are you in the hospital? I'm really, really, really confused. Oh, Tamar also just said this. She just posted this. She's never going back to what I grew from. She said, never going back to what I grew from. Nice try, devil. Heartbreak retrograde. Never going back to what I grew from. What happened? Did JR ask if he could come like to her hospital room, probably want her credit card number so he can get another hotel to keep one of his friends at. But let's keep going.
The point in which somebody tells you they're in the hospital, you can't continue bothering them with petty internet drama.
I would have.
So when she hit me with the Uno reverse, I'm in the hospital. I just wrote back, you know what? Don't worry about it. Get well. I can weather this. I've weathered worse. The whole while, the whole TikTok, the whole YouTube, everybody is going, I mean, think pieces down to the ground. And let me explain
Everyone
to
but
you
me.
why this moment right here is
I knew Tamar was being messy with a man.
necessary for me and so gratifying. In this particular moment, it actually has less to do about Tamar and more to do about all of y'all out there that dislike me so bad, and all of y'all out there who are so committed to this narrative of me being some type of messy punk, a messy sissy, y'all have to eat crow like a motherfucker right now, and I am loving every minute of it. Oh, baby. You
I see why him and
internet
Tamar are friends.
detectives, you internet detectives knew all the ins and outs of everything, and y'all just knew what the hell was going on. And the whole time, baby, I was in my bed and somewhere in Miami. Y'all knew every damn thing. And the funny thing about it is, now that the shit's coming to the surface, you watch and see these same internet detectives, instead of just taking your L, or instead of just saying, you know what, dang, I was wrong. I don't even want you to say I'm
He
sorry,
ain't talking to
because
me.
I know that that's too big for the level of emotional maturity many of y'all carry. I don't even want you to say I'm sorry. Is it too much to get you to just say damn? I mean, because y'all sat up and assassinated the shit out of my character over the weekend, when all in all, I'm just as clueless to the whole situation as y'all are. So over the weekend, after she said, I'm in the hospital, I said, you know what? Get well soon. I'm gonna do my best to enjoy Miami and going about my business. I'm steady texting and calling different people in the crew. Nobody's answering the phone for me. One person texted me back a few hours later and was like, I was busy, sorry, and just gave me a very vague, y'all should talk. The other person not answering the phone at all. All right. So I said, fine. I'll just let the internet eat me up. The lady not doing well. The lady.
Now, at this point of the story, y'all are probably thinking what I'm thinking. Maybe Tamar was avoiding Funky's call because she thought that there was ish going on, and if Funky knew about it, the internet was going to know about it, and he was going to use it for content. So at this point, I can kind of understand everybody going dead on him because they don't want him to get even more information, which leads me to believe that Funky saw something that he shouldn't have saw, or he knows something that she has to tread lightly on. But again, why are you letting them disturb? And why isn't anybody returning calls? Which lets me know that Tamar said, yo, just ignore him. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Now, it's important to note also, where's it at? Jamie said, now she can come out with of a new face. She said, now that she can come out with the new face that you talked about, because it seems like an accident, real or not, seems to still have happened. Allegedly, when Tamar just posted, it's to promote her movie theme that she shot with her iPhone. Retrograde has something to do with the movie. This seems like everything she posts now will be all about that cell phone movie. Listen, did you not see the new iPhone commercials? They are shooting movies on iPhones. Oh, she has more. Hold on. She said, Tamar just posted something else. She said, I've done too much healing to fight with anyone. I just want to get better and continue doing what I love. Okay, and that's what I mean about Tamar. She's always playing victim. Mama, get better. Do what you love. But if you have a friend that is literally being publicly dragged and people are blaming whatever happened to you on him, what would it take you to just post, hey, can you please say something? What would it supposed to be like? Yo, leave him alone. Anytime there is a no good man dogging you out, cheating on you, laughing, eating your nemesis groceries, eating the groceries of one of your sworn ops, you got so much to say. You post and think pieces yourself. Now your friend actually needs you to come out and be like, you know what? Now your friend needs you to come out and be like, you know what? They ain't have anything to do with it. And you sitting there on mute, like you don't know how to use your phone, putting the devil's not going to take me back. She said, no matter what he says, I assume she's talking about Funky. I love Miss Funky Dineva anyway. Had I known what was going on while I was in the hospital trying to recover, I would have said something. It's terrible that whatever I didn't say turned into all this. I just want peace. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so weird because later on in this, Funky says, guess what? I know a lot more than I'm saying, and I know all your business. And you got till 8 p.m. to post something to get my name out of this. And look at God's glory. She actually tagged him and posted something. Also, she said, had I known what was going on while I was in the hospital trying to recover, I would have said something. But Funky told you what was going on. Anyway, she said, Mm-mm-mm. Okay, now let me just say this, right? Illy Lily, Illy Lily from Philly said, this is weird. The fact that she's talking about accident and promotion of her album in the same post. Tamar is sick in the head, but now it's an accident, even though she has no idea what happened to herself. This was the most mentally ill PR stunt, and the fact that our whole team was around and no one spoke up about how dumb this idea was. This is why Tamar never wins. Let it be said, stupid people hire stupid people. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm gonna jump in the comments in one section. I just want y'all to hear the rest of this.
Recovering. I don't know what's going on with the lady. I'm not going to bother her about clearing my name and something medically wrong don't happen to the lady. Now, keep in mind, at the same time she posts, I almost died and is found in a pool of blood, she still texting me, friend, oh my God, friend, I don't even know what happened. So I wrote back, wait, I'm confused. You went to bed and you woke up and 4 of your teeth was missing. No response to that. But then later, texting about every damn thing else under the sun. So I'm like, okay. As this thing starts growing more legs, I'm over here getting nervous. Like, okay, like, girl, she gonna need to say something. Let me check in with her. Hey, girl, how you doing? Say, my girl, what the hell happened? Zero response. But you all in your Instagram stories posting cryptic messages and posting messages and whatnot, so you see your phone. And just like every other adult and every other entertainer and every other person that got a project coming out, you're glued to the blogs. So you see, and because I know you and I know how much you dig in the comments and you concerned about what people say about you see what these people out here doing to me. You see what these people out here doing to me. And you just ain't gonna say nothing.
Nothing.
Now you not even responding to me. At a minimum, had you would have wrote, friend, I'm fine. Just let it ride. We'll talk later. I'd have been fine with it. Let me just be in on it. Or maybe if there's nothing to be in on, the fact that you were willing to just sit back and let me be collateral damage and all of this, even if you didn't want to say nothing publicly, you could have said something privately. Like, damn, friend, you caught up. The whole while I'm being accused of not being a friend to you. I'm being accused of
That part.
messy sissy that ran to the internet to tell your business when that's not even how it happened. The whole while, even then and even now, I'm holding on to your business. I'm trying to protect you medically. I'm trying to protect you romantically. Even in this moment, I'm trying to protect you medically. I'm trying to protect you romantically, but you're not going to play with me.
Mm. So let me do the Karen from HR2. Mm. So this is an interesting piece of information that came out in this. He said he's trying to protect her medically. Protect her medically from what? Now I know she came out and said that she is the prep poster girl, even though she's celibate, right? Protect her medically from what? What could she possibly be going through medically? And I'm not talking about the teeth and the fractured nose, because this is after she admitted publicly that she had the broken teeth, I mean, the knocked out teeth and the fractured nose. So he can't be talking about that. So, what exactly are you protecting her from medically? What is in her medical background that needs protection? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. And also, you're trying to protect her romantically. Jamie said the streets are saying that that's why she said earlier he knows what man she may have been sleeping with, and they claim that Funky said she needed to apologize or he was going to tell it. Well, it looks like she issued an apology, but again, what does she need to protect her from medically? And before y'all be like, she already said no, she had already doxed herself about the teeth and stuff. So what do you know, Funky? And why do you need to whatever? Does this have something to do with her love of prep?
So yesterday, I'm laying in my bed, minding my business like I always do, despite the fact that y'all want to make me out to be so messy. I'm minding my business like I
You
always
know
do.
you're messy.
And I'm getting text messages saying, okay, now wait, what's going on with you in this video? And I said, see, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this video was going to come out. And then the narrative was going to shift to they did all of this for a PR stunt and he in the video. They did not do anything. Yes, I was in the video. I just wanted to be in on the joke. I would have went along with it. So now here is where I'm at with it. You gonna pay me for my pain.
What?
You gonna pay me for my pain.
What?
Everybody here want to hear what I got to say, and I want to get it off my chest. And now he just clout chasing. This is the clout chase part, because now I'm gonna make my money off the situation. Since we promoting albums and everybody only care about they side of the aisle, you finna pay me for my pain. All my money that I spent in Miami this weekend, being rich and fabulous, I'm finna make it back off of your ass.
What?
Since people are now disposable, and since people are now can just be leveraged for promotion, since we not leveraging people for promotion, you finna pay me for my pain. And I'm finna get paid all this week off of this situation. Okay? And let's not get it twisted. See, now I'm finna tell it. Let me sit up.
Wait. I wasn't clear on that. Is he saying that he want money from her, or that he's just going to profit from it? It is unclear. Did we just witness an extortion demand? Let's keep going. Let me
Now
get
I'm
the
finna
top.
tell it. Before I tell it, I'm finna tell it. I'm finna tell it. But before I tell it, last night, after it dropped, I put in the group text with her and her manager my response on her page about the video. And I said, once I realized what this was, I said, oh, this is all jokes. Ain't it? Let's break the internet. She gonna text back a heart emoji and gonna say, we can make up later, but I still love you. Okay, so now you responded. See, that's the part that made me.
Okay. We can make up later, but I still love you. In all this, and I realize we're listening only to Funky's part, but in all this, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't care if you like him or not. In all this, if what he's saying is true, Tamar seems like a cold blooded psycho piece of work. Am I the only one that's thinking this? But hold on, let's keep going. I'll jump back in later. And also, why after he was like, if this wasn't a PR stunt, why didn't when he jumped into the group, he's been texting her, can you help me? Can you defend me? Can you do this? Can you do that? Everybody leaving him on red. When she finally says, yo, all right, this is jokes. Let's get this money. I'm on board. Let's get on with this PR stunt. Then she does a heart and she says, we can make up later. I still love you. Let's get this money. What did he do? But let's keep going.
Realize, oh, you really didn't mind me being collateral damage in this. You gonna write, we can make up later. I still love you. So that's when I was like, oh, we having fun. Okay. Tag me in, coach. So that's when I went on the shade room and was like, oh, so you not gonna say nothing and you use me to be in this tired ass music video, hashtag Muppet. Because now that I'm in on the joke, bitch, we both finna make a coin. All of a sudden, want to call me on a three-way FaceTime. Talking about, Q, please don't do this. Y'all, please don't do this on the internet. They steady calling me. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not answering the phone. No, 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 man. He's like, Q, please don't do this. No.
Well, she wasn't answering the phone on you.
Over the weekend. Let her ass feel what I felt over the weekend. She's talking about, so then she's gonna write, let me read this shit. Let me read, let me read this. Then this lady got the nerve to write, please don't ruin my project. I spent so much money of this. I spent so much money for this project. This is my career. Girl, this is your career. This is my life. Are you serious right now?
Again, I need some answers. Tasha K saying Tamar got injuries. And maybe she does. But the fact that Funky Dineva seems to have receipts that she is trying to use the injuries as a PR stunt is weird. And for her to say, please don't do that, this is my album. And he's like, this is my life. Why couldn't you just say, he ain't hurt me? But let's continue because this Oreo got my name on it. Hold on.
These people accuse me of doing some of the most heinous things I've ever been accused of on the planet. And the only thing you got to say to me in this moment is, please don't ruin this for me. I spent my money on this project. This is my project in my career. When all I was asking was for you to go back to your stories and put, Funky Dineva didn't do anything to me, guys. I was resting. I should have said something earlier. That was all you had to do, and it could have been done with on my end. Even in this very moment, that was all you had to do, and it could have been done. Before I even tell y'all the rest, I woke up this morning. Her publicist called me. Q, what can we do to put this thing to bed? Tell her to go on her stories and write, Funky Dineva did not do anything to me. I should have said something sooner. This was about 40 minutes before I even decided to do this live. I told him I'm sitting up right now to brush my teeth. She got between the time I brushed my teeth and I walked my ass down to my YouTube studio to make this video. Still ain't said nothing.
He got a YouTube studio. I'm still doing stuff against the wall.
You had the opportunity to put the lid back on this can of worms. Still ain't said nothing. Yeah, I'm supposed to sit here and be concerned about your project, and I'm supposed to be concerned about your career. And something as quick as a 20-second post, just a little 20-second. And her publicist was like, well, hold on, Q. I need you to take the time frame off of it. She's in mommy mode this morning, baby. I don't give a damn if she got to drop her baby in the carpool line or take her baby to the optometrist. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mommy mode. Ain't Vince Jr. about to start college? How old is that boy? Anyways, keep going.
That ain't, she better do it to the damn stoplights. It takes 20 seconds to say, y'all leave him alone. That's my friend. She could have wrote a cryptic message. Funky Dineva, I love you. You could have wrote anything. But let them people know I ain't did nothing to you after all the hell I went through this weekend. And I'm supposed to care about your career and your project when this is my reputation. Support me. Don't say anything. You got offended because of what you said, not because of anything I said. Now, I'm gonna back up. There is some truth to that. She never once said my name. She never once said my name. And in hindsight, I'm gonna be honest. And in hindsight, perhaps if I didn't make the video saying I didn't know what happened to the lady, it may not have garnered the amount of attention that it garnered. I accept and I acknowledge that in hindsight.
That's not true. Okay. Okay. Maybe you can make the argument, but I don't believe that. Whether Funky Dineva had said something, this would have blown up because you could not post in a post Diddy war that world, whatever. You cannot post in a post Diddy world that you woke up in a pool of blood with a fractured nose, missing 4 teeth, and not think that the world was not going to pay attention. Even Page Six contacted her and she went silent. So I don't even know what was going on. Why did you even release that if you weren't going to talk about the details? But I digress. Hold on. He's almost done.
There was tons and tons and tons of people saying I did something to you and asking me about it. You was the last person seen with her. You was the last person seen with her.
I know I said that.
Almost died in the hospital fighting for my life for 4 days. Finally, I got tired of it and I wrote, you cannot be serious after what I endured this weekend. Girl, fuck you.
So I'm getting this far into the video. Again, Tamar playing victim. How did you almost die in the hospital and what you've endured over the last 4 days, but you were on your phone. What is going on? And also, what honestly happened to Tamar? What happened to her?
Please take this down. This is horrible. I was proud of me. I'm not proud of you. How you gonna be proud of you and I'm getting ate up in the process, sis?
Good point.
Like you cannot honestly expect somebody to just stand by you and eat this up for the sake of you doing a project. And your project layout could still be on track. Could still be on track. All and I don't know why you being so stubborn about it. I don't know why you being so stubborn about simply putting, y'all, Funky didn't do anything to me. I should have said something earlier, but I was recovering. My bad. So now here's what the real gag is. Now here's what y'all ready for me to tell it?
Here comes the extortion. Hold on.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? It ain't no fun. The only reason the music video came out as early as it did was the and even in this moment, I still don't have the heart to do it to you.
I'll finish the sentence. Could it be saying the only reason the music video came out as early as it did is to literally have a reason to explain to the world and including Mandy the why her husband was in Tamar's apartment? And also, she said that she was found by her friend. Couple questions. Friend, were there other friends around? Was there just one person? Was it just Mandisi and you in the apartment? Also, what type of accidents did you have? Were you just drinking vodka cranberries? Were you drinking water? Was it something else? Who gave you what? How did you literally knock teeth out and fracture your nose and wake up in a pool of blood? That implies that when you face planted, and I'm assuming that's what happened, and nobody laid hands on you because you said it was an accident, and people don't usually accidentally put somebody in their face. Um, yeah, that implies that you were there for so long that the blood just flowed freely out. And then your friend found you. But who had keep I would assume who was this magical friend? And Q saying I don't even got the heart to do it and saying that the movie the video was released so early because I'll tell you one thing, if you want to press for your new EP, Tamar, you got it. You got it. You got it. Hold on.
And I'm still protecting you in this moment. Even in this moment, I still don't even have the heart to do it to you. All I'm asking is for you to simply say, Funky Dineva had nothing to do with it. I should have said something earlier. I didn't see it. I was resting and recovering. And all of this could be water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. I would take it down. I won't speak on. But until it happened, and the people texting me saying, tell it. The people, Tamar, all you got to do is make it right. Just make it right, and it all can be water under the bridge. All I'm asking is that you make it right. That's it. That's it. All I'm asking is you make it right. The same way you wrote that crap in your stories that started this storm is the same way you can write. Funky Dineva did not do anything to me. I should have said something sooner, and it could be done. I suggest you and your team do it, and you do it moving before I tell it. For real, for real.
Now, he said, before I tell it for real. And what did Tamar just write not even 15, 20 minutes ago? No matter what he says, I love Miss Funky Dineva anyway. Had I known what was going on while I was in the hospital trying to recover, I would have said something. It's terrible that whatever I didn't say turned into all this. I just want peace. Um, it seemed like when he said, I'm going to tell it, right? It seems like he said, if you don't do A, B, and C, I'm gonna tell it. It seems like Tamar took him seriously, and she actually went in there. Y'all, listen, listen, listen. I know. Again, listen. No, Double H, Double H said, and she still never said what oh my gosh. Valentine TV said, is Tamar prego? I don't know. Why would anybody think she was preggo? And it better not be JR's baby, but we don't know she preggo, so whatever. Marie, what's up? What's up? What's up? Marie said, what? L. Williams, because Tamar never elaborated on what happened. He was the last person to be with her, so people assume. Swim Blue Water said, Tisa, how dare you eat Oreos in my face? I'm sorry, y'all. I have been eating really, really healthy. So I literally treated myself to two Oreos. Yes, y'all gonna see a change. I treated myself to two Oreos. I've been eating so healthy this week. So I was taking my time enjoying them. Do you know what I'm saying? Marie said Tamar was sitting on her couch, lips poked out, laptop, phone, just dogging this dude out. You know that's right. It's me said he could have lost followers with her shenanigans. Again, I don't really stay in what's going on with YouTube. I don't like, I'm busy working and running the streets, as y'all can see, right? But my whole point is everybody is verifying that he was getting dragged in the comments. Marie said, Tamar looks like Madam from Solid Gold. Look it up. You never heard of it. What? I got to look that up. It's Mimi said she's getting all the attention she intended to. That could be it. Marley Carroll, what's up? She agrees. Marie said this is messy. Let me get some more members thing. BK V New York City said, I know that ain't an Oreo. It is. Yo, Tamar is loving this attention. Sleepy said, "What are you eating, hun?" I was eating cherries and my sweet thing, sparkling water, and then I moved on to my two Oreos for the week. That's my cheat meal, two Oreos while I'm getting in shape. Ah, gosh, it's a lot. So, what y'all think about this, honestly, right? It's Mimi said she met that 8 p.m. deadline. I know that's right. It's Mimi says, how was she at the hospital and out in the club the next day? No, I think she said that she was in the club and then she was in the hospital for a few days. Swim Blue Water says she's probably in a private hospital for post plastic surgery. You think so? Marie said this may hurt what music movie she has coming out. I don't know. I think I'm gonna watch. Listen, I always listen to Tamar's music. I think she's incredibly talented, even though I think that her music has brings about like I feel like it summons the dum dum demon in my life, and I do not like for my life and my heart to be preyed upon by the dum dum demon. So I try to limit. I think she's just super beautiful, but I try to limit her music because it summons the dum dum demons. I don't want dum dum demons in my life, you know. Like Valentine TV said, Oreos are vegan like me. Listen, again, listen. Again, it's Mimi said this is the same exact line she used with her background singer. To me, Tamar seems like she will never take accountability. But you know what? This little thing she's doing now, Tamar, and I'm just saying this. If you put your business out in the street, right? Shirley Davis said, hey, what's up, Aisha? Shirley Davis said, I missed all this. I just saw it live. What's happening with okay, what's happening with her TC? Um, Tamar is being a big dum dum, but I will say this, right? Tamar put her business in the streets and she said some disturbing business. And then now we just all want to know. Had she just kept quiet, nobody would have known what happened, which I keep thinking, why did she say this? This is weird. Why did she tell on herself? I feel like she told on herself Because she was trying to get in touch with in front of a story. And what story was she actually trying to get in touch in front of? I really, really am curious about that. And I'm not gonna stop till I find out. But you know, Tamar, she can't hold water. So we're gonna know in 3 to 5 business days. Remember, I said we're gonna know in 3 to 5 business days exactly what happened. Again, what is going on? Funky Dineva knows, perhaps Mendici knows. Mendici's been silent about this, but maybe the blogs aren't right. Maybe it wasn't Medici at her place. Maybe it was someone else. But here's the thing, whoever was at her place, they weren't supposed to be there. Whoever was at her place, she doesn't feel comfortable even mentioning they were there. Whoever was at her place, she was going out of her way to be as quiet and discreet as possible, which makes me want to know even more who was at her place. And what type of accident did you have that you were literally so strung out and so unconscious that you got a fractured nose, lost 4 teeth, and you were in a pool of blood, and your friend had to find you and pull you to consciousness? I want to know. Jamie has a theory. She said maybe she told, no, she said maybe Yandy knows. And if Yandy knows, then Yandy will tell all her ATL friends. I know that's right. I know right now Mandy is asking Mendici what happened. I know that much. I know that much. Listen, at the end, oh, Aisha said, "Hey, T and Tattletale, what's up, Aisha Lavette Gramble?" Said, "I think Mr. Funky is doing way too much. He should have called Tamar and had this conversation, not put it on social media for everyone to hear." I think so, but in her thing, she said that he was calling her a lot, a lot, a lot. Like he was calling her a lot, and she refused to do anything about it. And he was getting tore up, and he had to take matters in his own hands, you know? Shirley Davis said, "I'm waving my hands. Why?" Marie said, "See what she was doing, praying, allegedly." I don't know. Again, I still think everybody's saying this is so strategic. I think it's weird to tie this to your album release, but it is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. Anyway, you guys, listen, let me get out of here. I have to get some sleep because I have the gym tomorrow. Y'all gonna see a new me. My waist is gonna be in witness protection. In this gym and these weights work out, my waist is gonna be in witness protection, and y'all gonna be begging me to put some clothes on and stop posting half naked pictures on Instagram. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna post half naked pictures on Instagram, but in real life, if you guys see me, you're gonna be begging me to put some clothes on. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't do thirst traps on Instagram. I do thirst traps in real life. That's my thing. Okay. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to y'all later. And we're going to be following this story, so stay tuned. I'll talk to y'all later.